you hear this? Apparently raccoons are now considered urban employees in Toronto, and they get benefits. I swear, I saw it on a reel.
Okay, so apparently Canada is switching to a 4-day weekend. Not like a 4-day work week, like a 4-day weekend.
I saw this thing that said if you don't take your shoes off on a plane, the airline can actually fine you. Like, it's a new rule. They're cracking down.
Or you could get the real story. Hi, I'm Karen Ciolin, an award-winning news reporter and host of the Big Story podcast. My team and I break down what's actually happening, from world-shaping events to the everyday stories that spark debate, so you can make sense of it all. We're here to explain what matters and why it matters to you, and give you the context you need for those kitchen table conversations. Trusted, Canadian-focused, curious, news that connects the dots. Listen to The Big Story wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Monday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. I can't imagine anybody listening to the show today had quite the weekend that you had. Father Brock got to officiate a wedding of one of your childhood friends. How was that?
It was awesome. Everyone loved the priest get up there.
Yeah, so explain. I saw some pictures on your Instagram story. You had like a black shirt, but you had a little white collar in there. What was going on there?
Best $20 I ever spent on Amazon. I told you I was going to dress up as a priest for it.
I don't know if I believed you or if I was still shocked, but it looked good on you.
It was funny when they went to do the ceremony and I got up there, they had a bunch of balloons and at first it was just me standing before like the bride and groom come out.
I guess, yeah, you sort of take your place and then everybody comes out for their role.
And I don't know if it was the devil or God was watching, but a couple balloons started popping and people were looking at me and I was like, I shouldn't be wearing this, man.
It is a bit of an omen. It's not a big omen, but it's a little bit of an omen.
It went well. I kind of messed up the ceremony, but it's partially my buddy Dalton's fault.
Okay, now to be clear, we talked about this last week. They had already legally got married.
Yeah.
This was like the show for the family.
Exactly.
How do you mess up?
So he gave me a script and he's like, here's basically what I want you to say, like put it in your own words or whatever.
That's what you need to know.
So we ran through the whole thing, I welcome people to the wedding, blah, blah, blah,
Sure.
Say something about him, say something about her. But there was no mention about rings.
Oh, right, because there is a point in the ceremony where it's like, present the rings. Yeah. Do you, I do. Do you, I do. Put it on the finger.
We got through the whole thing.
Oh, no.
They said I do to each other. They kiss. They're getting ready to... The photographer's taking photos. Everybody stands up and applauses. And it's not until my buddy's wife goes... The rings.
Where are the rings,
What
man?
about the rings? And they look at me and I was like, oh yeah. And then all of a sudden some little ring boy gets up and runs over. And I was like, all right, let's hit the reverse on this real quick.
Hold up here.
And I was like, do you blah, 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 take him, blah, 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 blah.
Amazing. I also love the idea that there was some little niece, little nephew, whatever in the crowd that was like, Mom, where's my moment?
Oh, the kid
waiting to be called
chapped,
up.
Dude, he looked so bummed as he came walking up there. And then afterwards, everyone's like, how could you forget the rings? And I'm like, it wasn't in the script. I didn't even think about it.
Not in the script. Absolutely. And, this is your big moment as the officiant. You hadn't done this before, had you?
No.
Right. So, some grace has to be provided, but also... You've been to enough weddings. You didn't think about the rings?
Not one person in the crowd even. I think everybody was just like, all right, let's get to cocktail hour. That's all everybody was thinking.
That was the crowd for the event?
So I'm saying, if you're looking for an officiant for your wedding,
yeah.
I am hireable. I will remember the rings this time. Unless you're too cheap and you don't want to get rings, we can gloss right over that.
Right, yeah. If you want the express wedding.
I'm your guy.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Hey, if you want to see a picture of Brock looking pretty friggin' dapper at a wedding this weekend, as he was dressed up to officiate, sort of, a wedding between one of his childhood friends and his new missus.
I decided to dress up as a priest.
Yeah, man. Hit up the Brock and Dalby Facebook or Instagram. Just search Brock and Dalby Facebook or Instagram. Follow us, and you can see the picture on there. Looking so good. Had friend of the show Risto texting in,
Yeah.
saying that when him and his missus renew their vows, they want you to be their guy.
I'll say this. I did this one for my buddy for free. All you people hitting me up for your weddings, this might come with a price tag.
Yeah.
If the people want it.
The
you
one
know?
on the weekend was childhood friend. The rest is business.
I had so much fun at the wedding doing the whole priest thing when the wine came out. Trust me, I had a lot of fun with that. I'll tell you that. But dude, I've never felt old before. I'm only 31 years old, but like you said, it was a childhood friend of mine, Dalton's wedding.
Yeah.
And we're there, and this guy comes up to me, and he goes, "Hey, Brock, like, how's it going?"
Young kid.
Yeah, and I was like, "I'm sorry, like, I don't know who you
Can't
are."
place it.
And he's like, "Dude, it's Chris," and I was like, "Chris, I don't know, man.
Generic name.
I'm super sorry, dude." And he goes, "I'm Dalton's nephew."
Oh.
We were like in grade 8. His sister had a kid.
Oh, okay.
This kid's 19 years old. He had a beer and a dart in his hand. I could not wrap my head around it. I was like, "You're making me feel so old right now, dude."
Was he wearing a suit?
Yeah.
Like for the wedding?
He had almost a beard. Like he had a bunch of he had more facial hair than I do. Like,
Damn. That's, well, low bar, but that's
Sure,
neither
sure,
here nor there.
There's not a lot of things that make me feel old, but it was talking to this literal kid that I
Yeah.
grew up watching in diapers and stuff.
Who's now legal age?
He cheers me. He's like, "Cheers, brother." And I was like, "Oh, dude."
Tap of the glass. Like, you still feel on the inside. You're like, hey, man, keep that down. Your parents are going to see you drinking.
I literally said an old man thing to him where I was like, "I haven't seen you since you were like knee high." That made me feel old, dude. Oh.
Yeah. You're only going to get more of that, brother. Like you said, like you're 31 and a half if you're counting by children's metrics. It is not going to get better from here on, just to be super clear.
It was like that. And then when I was driving home yesterday, I started thinking, I was like, and all the music we were playing at the wedding was like stuff from when we were kids or
Sure.
teenagers. And I was thinking, I was like, man, Chris was probably standing there like this old ass music.
That's just it, right? Like the way that we'll go to weddings and we'll hear stuff from like our parents' generation and be like, man, they're really dipping into the oldies today.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess, being one of your friends, there's a lot of like pop punk and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah, Chris was like, man, they were really digging into the old tracks tonight.
We were like listening to the Motown classics in his opinion. Is that what it's like for people when they work with young people where you're like, "Oh, you make me feel so old"? Like,
Look at me. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Him walking across the reception in the suit with the beer and the cigarette and introducing himself as 19 is literally how I met you. That is the story of me meeting you at that first like work party where we were introduced.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you felt because I have been feeling it for the last like 10 years.
I guarantee you there was a huge difference between Chris's hangover and my hangover yesterday. I still feel like I'm hungover today, to be honest with you.
That's the biggest one, man. Is like I can remember in my 20s when I first started drinking, even in like high school, whatever. And like that was my whole thing is I would drink and I wouldn't feel anything the next day. And now if I have a beer with dinner, I'm like, I'm gonna feel that in the morning. Somebody put out the Powerade and aspirins.
Dude, I have a meeting with my doctor on Wednesday about my blood pressure. What am I saying? I'm getting old, dude.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Becky, be honest with me. What's the most aggressive way you realized you're getting kind of old?
I used to own a daycare center, and one of the little girls that used to come there was at Tim Hortons last week for a job interview.
Oh, my God.
Kind of looked in the window and saw my wrinkles and damn.
That's like what I was saying with my buddy's nephew at the wedding there. It's like having a beer with that kid just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
a crazy thing too.
It's the concept of like knowing someone as a child, that carefree life, not a thing to worry about. And then to re-meet them in a situation where they're paying taxes. And you're like, whoa, hang on here.
You know, in like today's society, there's someone who's seen someone's kid grow up to start an OnlyFans account. And you're like, oh my God, oh God. Like,
Yeah, can't handle that one. No.
That's not going to make me feel old. That's going to make me feel dead. Absolutely not.
Yeah, getting old sucks.
oh man, I'm sorry for making everyone realize that they're getting old, but Jason even just texted in and he said, I go to bed before my kids on a regular basis.
Dude, did that yesterday. Literally, like during this summer break, like it feels bad to tell the kids, like, hey, you got to go to bed. What for? What? They don't have anything in the morning. So walking by bedrooms and instead of like tucking them in and putting them to bed, now it's like, hey, don't stay up too late. I have to go to bed now.
Or even like, I'm complaining about seeing my buddy's nephew there. Shannon texted and said, Brock, you're not thinking about your friend's parents seeing all of you guys there. She said, my kid just got married last summer, and seeing all these kids that used to sleep over at my house be grown adults is blowing my mind.
Yeah, that's just it. You had to deal with one example from your childhood of a kid you kind of knew. Meanwhile, Dalton's parents are like, all of these small children are adults now. Some of them own houses and have babies.
Yeah, it's straight up. A lot of texts in about like not being able to relate to music or trends. Steve texted in and said, every time I go to a concert, I feel old, especially because I can't go in the pit anymore.
Oh, long past that time. I need to be somewhere closer to the bathroom than the pit these days.
Once you realize that you got to start putting earplugs in.
Yeah, the day I bought like good, comfort-fitting, reusable earplugs, me and the guy at the music store just kind of looked at each other and went, yeah.
Have you ever been at a concert and you're like, the headlining band's not coming on till 11?
It's ridiculous. It's absurd. Go on earlier.
Oh, Shelly just texted and said, I work as a bartender. Anytime I ID someone with 2,000 in their age. Oh, yeah.
And the other tough thing, if you have to ask for ID, is everybody starts to look like children as you get older.
Everyone looks like they're 12, yeah.
So you're looking at these people coming in and there's no way this is a drinking age adult, and then they're in their 20s and you're just like, my heart. Oh.
We got another text from Stacy. She said, I'm a hairdresser, and the amount of young girls asking to get gray for their hair dye. She's like, when I have it naturally makes me so mad.
You people don't even know. You have no idea.
Oh, another good one too in from Ryan says, just watching sports. He says, every year the Hall of Fame gets announced and I realize that all my childhood idols are old.
The Hall of Fame gets too familiar is what it is. Even the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Sports Hall of Fame, instead of it being these legends from the past, you're like, I watched that guy's first game in a bar. What the hell?
You see like the old highlights in the Sports Center top 10 and like they're grainy because they weren't in HD anymore.
Like, I was at that game. What the hell? Why is it in 4x3?
It's weird to think that you could be Gavin McKenna's father also. Stuff like that when you're watching these rookies come into the league. Like,
nah, that kid knows how to skate. He's not mine.
This is the Brock and Dalby podcast.
You know those BuzzFeed quizzes that are so much fun? Yeah, that's not what this is. It's the quiz with Brock and Dalby.
All right, it's time to test my beautiful, sexy friend Dalby's music knowledge or lack thereof.
You always say that. It's not music knowledge. It's memory recall.
You know what's something that you always say during the quiz? I don't know.
Yeah, that is. It is a bit of a catchphrase when it comes to this particular segment.
And I realized that there's a lot of songs with no in the word, K-N-O-W, not N-O.
Good. Yeah, no, I'm glad, because I also say that no, but you rarely listen.
So we're going to do the no quiz and see if you know these songs with no in the title.
Yeah, the odds are no. So we'll see.
I feel like this first one should be easy.
Okay.
When I say the Sheepdogs, what do you say?
That is I don't know.
But you do know.
Yeah.
You do know it.
I get up in the morning now.
This feels like a trap, is what this is.
So he knows the first one.
Yeah.
Let's see if he knows the second one here. When I say Queens of the Stone Age, I feel like this one should be easy.
That's no one knows.
But you do. You know.
In this rare instance, I know.
2 for 2. This guy knows.
Stop.
All right. Next one in here. We've got REM.
I don't.
You don't know?
I hate to say it because I'm sure I'm feeding into a pun, but I don't know.
The end of the world.
I know it.
That's how you feel every Monday when I announce the quiz.
Yeah. Who's ready to do the quiz? Oh, it's the end of the world as we know it.
All right. Okay. Hey, you're still 2 for 3 right now.
Okay.
When I say foreigner, what would you say?
Hot-blooded. I know that's not the right answer. Shame. What are you shaming me for? It's the only Foreigner song I know off the top of my head.
You love love. You're a love guy, and you don't know this?
I want to know what love is. I think because I said it before you played the song or said the answer, maybe half a point?
I had to feed you on that one. I had to show you what love is.
I don't like that.
Hey, you're still batting 500 right now.
Oh, for now.
This one may be a little bit tricky here, but when I say 3 days grace.
3 days grace. Oh.
Not an original song by 3 Days Grace.
Oh.
But it was very popular during the pandemic.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. I was not listening to a lot of 3 Days Grace pandemic era.
Don't got it?
No.
Somebody that I used to know.
I forgot they did a Gautier cover.
Which, when you start doing good on the quiz, that's how I feel about you. I feel like you're somebody that I used to know.
But now I'm back to someone you recognize?
Yeah.
As I'm under 500 again?
So you're under 500 right now, but to save it and bat 500 today.
You never put an easy one at the end.
When I say Lustra.
That's what kills me, is you'll say, when I say Lustra, like it's a band anyone is knowing right now.
I know there's like 2 guys in their car right now who know this.
No idea.
You don't know the band.
Don't know the band.
Matt Damon fronted the band in a movie.
I should have known. I can't believe I didn't know. I got too distracted by the fact that it was a fake band.
I should just record a version of this and make a new intro of the quiz. Dalby doesn't know. Dalby doesn't know. Someone tell Dalby, because Dalby doesn't know.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
One of the great things about our species, about human beings, is we have invented some incredible things from the dawn of time all the way up to now. We still have scientists and engineers and just regular people inventing great things.
No doubt.
I have found, though, according to an expert panel, what is allegedly the top 5 most important inventions in the history of humanity, based on things like what gets the most mentions, the most talk, the most use, that sort of thing. And I'm curious to see how you feel about not only what's on the top 5, but what's not on the top 5.
Lay it on me.
Number 1, I don't think any surprise. The wheel is the most important invention.
I mean,
of
it's
all
like
time.
the first one, right?
It's turned into so many things, from manufacturing to transportation.
What else is on there?
Number 2, the printing press.
Okay.
The original printing press, which nowadays feels weird because we have the internet and we have all these other ways of doing things.
But that's for its time. Okay, yeah.
Number 3, the light bulb.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Number 4, the compass.
I mean,
finding your way around, right?
Yeah, that's most definitely like an old one, but yeah.
But it's the precursor for GPS and all that other stuff. And then number 5, the telephone.
The telephone.
Just in general, not like cell phone or anything, just the general invention of the telephone.
I think like all of those inventions, we've come a long way from them. But
right. But we couldn't have had any of the things that we have if we hadn't had those 5 as the most important.
I'm surprised that electricity and the engine weren't on there, to be honest with you.
Electricity is interesting when you think about like the printing press and the compass and the telephone.
And the light bulb.
The light bulb, not the compass. Couldn't do those things without electricity, so that should make electricity more important.
Here's my thing. I get it. If you're looking at like over humanity, like things that have set us in the right direction, those are all like, they deserve their place.
There's the building blocks.
Dude, I would most definitely have the toilet on there in like the top 5 grade. Am I wrong on that? I feel like the toilet should have been in there. That is the greatest invention in mankind, is it not?
I mean, when you think about the fact that we would all be squatting over holes we dug in the ground, if not for modern plumbing and the toilet.
I mean, you could just put plumbing as like the greatest invention of all time.
Yeah. Because even I think if toilets had ever only gotten as far as like outhouses, we still wouldn't have them top 5.
Remove the compass. I'd rather get lost if at least I can find a toilet somewhere.
That's my true
north. Take the light bulb out. I'll poop in the dark, dude.
My true north is finding a toilet with a door that locks.
I feel like the toilet. I feel like air conditioning should be on there, man.
Air conditioning is great. I don't know what I take out for air conditioning, but God, what an important invention that is.
If I personally had a top 5 greatest inventions of all time, I think it would go electricity, the engine, the toilet, air conditioning, and then I'm teeter-tottering for my 5th pick. It's either birth control or yoga pants.
Which, oddly enough, having one requires a need for the other.
Sure. Both have done wonders in my life. I don't know about yours, my man.
Well, as a father of 2. No, not really.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
5 of the greatest inventions, I would have to say, would be the wheel, fire, beer, smoking pot, and rock and roll. Those are the 5 greatest things that we ever invented. Keep smiling, boys. Later.
Brother Jay, there's a shelf there between like the wheel, fire, beer.
You know what? I will say music, though.
Yes.
Music is a good pick.
That is an important one that I don't think gets enough consideration in this topic.
A lot of people agree with me that the toilet is the greatest invention of all time.
For sure.
Robin, what do you think?
Toilet paper, man.
I said the toilet. You need 1 and 1 to go together.
Well, true, but you can go out in the bush, but you still need toilet paper.
That's the thing is like if we invent the toilet, but we don't invent toilet paper and we're all using like leaves and dirt and sticks, we have not accomplished anything.
Well, you think about how many years it took for the bidet to get figured out, too,
honestly,
right? Yeah. Thank you for reminding us how important the Charmin bears are in society and history. Man, yeah, you need 1 and 1 to go together.
They really are a package deal. If you invent the toilet without toilet paper, have you really gotten that much further than a hole in the ground?
A lot of texts about coffee in at on the text line here.
That's important not only for the people drinking coffee, but for the people who are in the surrounding area of the people who don't get their coffee.
The internet is being a big one. The Hub texted in a lot at 762-555.
It is funny to talk about the internet is a key invention, like the ability to disseminate information and communication quickly all across the world has been massive. But you're right. For most people, the reason the internet is important is access to very specific websites.
It's the downfall of humanity, but it is a huge part of our lives now. Even, we're talking about just like things that people use all the time. Fridges, refrigeration in general.
Yeah.
There. Soap texted in a lot as well.
Dude, even it could take it to the next level, like soap at the beginning. Hand sanitizer. Like think of all the lives that hand sanitizer is saved.
Pants, dude.
Pants is a pretty important
Imagine if we had to look at everybody's bits all the time. It was Adam and Eve style, dude.
I mean, to be fair, though, if we were all pantsless from the start, maybe we wouldn't all be so prudish. Maybe people wouldn't look at me with such weird looks if I wear a bathing suit that's a little too small.
I don't know. I disagree, man. It's pretty cold outside right now.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Yesterday marked the 22-year anniversary of one of the craziest things to ever happen in rock and roll.
What's that?
The Dave Matthews tour bus that dropped their septic tank over the Chicago River.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
For anyone who doesn't know, 22 years ago, the Dave Matthews Band, one of Dalby's favorite artists of all time,
I got a tattoo,
was coming through Chicago when Dave Matthews wasn't on the bus.
No.
It wasn't his decision.
He didn't do this on purpose.
But for some reason, the driver of the bus pulled up over the Chicago River and decided to empty the septic tank.
Now is the time.
Dumping 800 pounds of human waste onto a Chicago riverboat tour that was passing by.
Which, I mean, the timing is awful. It almost begs the question of, like, did he see the tour boat and go, this would be really funny? But a thing that I have not thought about over the span of all this time, why was there 800 pounds of waste on the bus?
Honestly, true. I mean, you talk to any artist, they usually have one rule.
Right.
No dooking on the bus.
800 pounds is a hell of an output, man.
I've looked into this story more because it feels like every year there's some new information that comes. So the bus driver, obviously, he had a $10,000 fine. The band ultimately had to settle a civil lawsuit with the state of Illinois for around $200,000.
Sounds right.
I guess they donated $100,000 towards like the Friends of the Chicago River, people that like clean it up and everything.
Well, you made a mess. There's work that's required here.
But if you're wondering about the passengers on the boat, none of those people got compensated for anything.
Really?
Yeah.
What a crappy outcome.
And apparently the boat, it did obviously had to be cleaned.
Well, yeah.
The boat's deck was swabbed by its crew. Unbelievable. I did not know this. It went out like a couple hours after. There was a whole nother boat tour that went later on in the afternoon on that same boat.
They brought it back to dock, swabbed the literal poop deck, and then we're like, all right, back to work. Absolutely not. You would never get me on that boat.
No.
I wouldn't get on that boat today.
I mean, I feel like today, actually, it could be a selling feature to be like, this is the Dave Matthews boat. You know that?
It's like when people Airbnb a murder house.
Yeah.
Now they're renting out the poop boat.
Oh, dude, if I was controlling that boat, as soon as we're driving under that bridge, I would play Crash Into Me so fast.
The Brock and Dalby podcast.
The Brock and Dalby podcast.
As a father of two, I've had to travel with kids a lot. It is not always the easiest thing. I'm sure there are a lot of other parents out there that know the struggle of trying to contain a child on an airplane.
Oh, for sure.
Have you seen the story about the Porter Airlines flight out of Victoria that got canceled because a kid wouldn't sit down?
No.
So this flight over the weekend was going out of Victoria International Airport. Great airport, very busy though. A lot of planes coming out of it.
Sure.
The flight pulls away from the gate. They're out on the runway. They're getting ready to take off. When I'm not sure if it's a flight attendant or somebody on the plane notices there is a kid not only not buckled in, but fully standing on their seat next to the parents. So obviously they go over and they're like, hey, we're about to rocket into the sky. We cannot take off until your kid is sitting and strapped in. They don't do it. They can't get this kid to sit down. Apparently the flight attendants, the pilots, the parents, other passengers all try to negotiate with this little terrorist to get him to sit down and put his seatbelt on.
That's ridiculous.
Over the course of 2 hours, they were unable to get this kid to sit down and put his seatbelt on. So they had to
2 hours.
They had to take the plane back to the airport, back to the jetway, take everybody off. And by the time, because this was a nighttime flight, by the time they got all the paperwork for like having to come back off the runway and everything done,
yeah,
the runway was closed for the night.
Get out of here.
The airport is not like a 24-hour airport. So by 12:30 a.m. the next morning, they go, we can't fly now. And the flight had to be rebooked for the morning.
That's an easy way to be hated by like 300 people.
Not to mention, this is a Victoria to Toronto flight. So these people are already settling in for a red-eye cross-country flight.
How do you not get your kid to sit down?
I don't know. If I'm being honest, like I've read so many different accounts about this story. And again, father of two who flew with my kids all the way as young as being like 2 years old. Sit down and put your seatbelt on.
My mom would have looked at me once.
Oh, man.
And I would have been in that seat, dude.
I get that in 2026, we're not belting kids anymore. We're not wooden spooning kids on airplanes. But like, even I'll tell you right now, there's not one toddler, because that's the thing. They describe him as a toddler. There's not one toddler in this country I couldn't put a seatbelt on if it meant not flying.
Well, it blows my mind. It's like, how many stories do we get in the run of a week of people getting kicked off of planes? Just like why did it take 2 hours? I would have been like, you guys got to get out of here, man.
That's just it. Like, I don't know if it was because they had pulled away from the airport, like they were on the runway, and maybe that makes it different. Like, maybe it was just the pilot didn't want to do the paperwork of having to come back to the building, but too many chances, man, especially if there is that risk of like a concert going over curfew and everything getting shut down. Yeah. If you know that there's a hard time limit coming, you gotta be short with these people.
And it's moments like this that make me not want to have kids. I'd be sitting there on this plane like, I'm getting a vasectomy right now, dude.
No, I know you. If you were on this plane, if that was your kid, you would have just taken him and like, open the door. Like, we're leaving. We are not staying on this plane.
I would have been like, kick him off.
Yeah, leave him here.
This is a life lesson for the young man.
The Brock and Dalby podcast.
After talking about the alleged top 5 greatest inventions of all time, we're getting a lot of texts in from people on what they think is the greatest invention of all time. What do you think, Jason?
Penicillin.
Penicillin is something that we kind of glossed over. Medicine in general is pretty important.
No doubt.
Yeah, we'd all be sick or dead.
Yeah. Like, there was a time when life expectancy was like 30 years old.
Man, I'll even say Advil as someone who was hungover just yesterday. I think Advil and Gatorade honestly deserves to be on some sort of top 100.
And the other day there, when you were talking about highs, about winning lotteries and whatnot,
yeah,
I found last week, I kind of saved someone. I found someone unconscious and called 911. And I was high for like 2 days because of that.
Damn, man. Good for you for being a good Samaritan.
911, great invention, too.
Honestly,
Yeah.
So many things right there that like could be in a top 100.
It's funny to talk about penicillin as like, this is just this incredible invention that has kept our species alive, and then to drop down to Advil, even like, dude, Pepto-Bismol.
Yes.
Give me a little pink chewable tablet and my whole life is different.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Tums. Tums has saved lives.
Preach, brother. Preach. Even thinking from like a whole nother standpoint of that, someone else texted in the dentist. I mean, even if you just go like the toothbrush, toothpaste.
Yeah, honestly.
We don't have wooden teeth anymore.
Exactly. Changed how our oral hygiene is.
Oh my God. Someone just texted in the chair.
We're sitting in two of them right now. Imagine if we had to do this whole thing standing all hunched over.
I mean, our posture might be a little bit better. I'll say that. We got Mike on the line. Mike, greatest invention of all time. What says you, bro?
If you're vacationing, it's got to be a swim-up bar.
Swim-up bar, eh?
You sit at the bar, have your drinks and that. If nature calls,
no, Mike, you can't list off the single worst feature of the swim-up bar while trying to convince me it's a great invention.
Well, not if you're throwing a deuce.
I agree with that part, but even stewing in your own and other people's urine makes it terrible.
You have to go. No, there's a method by it. If you feel it coming, you just go around the pool, walk around the pool, let it go, then sit back in your seat.
You know what? That's why chlorine might be one of the greatest inventions of all time.
Because
Absolutely.
of people like Mike.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Here's something you're probably going to hate. Jetstar, which is an airline based out of Australia, is facing a lot of backlash after announcing they are planning to charge passengers to use the overhead bins for their carry-on bags.
This is absurd. We are at the point now where we are through the looking glass. Airlines are way too comfortable in their audacity. If I have to pay to put my stuff in the overhead bin,
$25, by the way.
Disgusting. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just keeping it all with me. And when you come over and tell me, oh, that has to be tucked under the seat, too bad. I don't have any money to put it elsewhere, so it's staying where it is.
It almost seems like soon enough you're gonna have to like pay for a secondary plane ticket to get your luggage and stuff to the destination.
Well, we're at the point now where it feels like it might almost be cheaper to learn how to fly your own friggin' plane. This is just like, you gotta pay for the bags, you gotta pay for the ticket, now you gotta pay for where you put the bags?
You gotta pay for your seat too.
Shut up at this point.
And then they try and like butter you up by being like, how about a complimentary drink?
Hey, how can I make you feel better? Is it a bag of stale pretzels? Will that smooth you down?
Can I interest you in half of a Diet Coke, sir?
Oh, you better give me that whole can after this.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, we spent a lot of the morning talking about things that make us feel old, and off air, Dalby told me that he's getting ready for his first prostate exam coming up here.
Yeah, it's around the corner, which is phrasing I actually don't care to have used.
So we were wondering, for how does it feel, if you could help Dalby out here, how does it feel to get a prostate exam? What's it like being in the room? What's the process?
Right, just looking for somebody who's been to the shores and back, you know what I mean?
Sure. We've got Ben in here as the first one. Also, if you're not one of our people that are getting a prostate exam, you can be a judge here this morning.
You're in the gallery, apparently?
All right, you're in the waiting room. We'll start with Ben here.
The thing that makes me realize I'm getting old is just chilling after work. I don't remember being so sore back in high school, but now, Jesus, man, I feel like I'm dying.
Well, we were looking for prostate exams, but...
I mean, I feel like that's still the right answer
leading
for some
to
people.
It. Okay. Once again, we're looking for how does it feel to get a prostate exam.
Okay.
Here's Dano.
I think it'd feel great to play peekaboo with the doctor while he's giving me a prostate exam. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
When you say peekaboo, What end of the table is the doctor at during your exam? What are we talking about here?
All right, we've got Brent here.
Hey, it's Resto. Here's what it's going to feel like to get your prostate exam.
Okay.
You're going to feel really vulnerable after.
Yeah.
It's super close with your doctor.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different bond, right?
You know what the tough part is you go through an experience like that, all you want is the person to call you back the next day, unless it's your prostate doctor, in which case no news is good news.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a one-night stand, but...
No, here's hoping.
All right, we've got the lovely Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm not a guy, but I would think it would be like, okay, doc, can you be real gentle, please? Maybe warm your hands up, rub my back a little, maybe even murmur you love me.
No. It's nice to have a female chiming in here, but I feel like no to all of that, right?
I don't like small talk at my barber shop. I can't imagine that I'm going to want it more in this particular scenario. Silence said, hey, can we just throw some music on and not talk to each other until it's over?
I don't know if like warming up is what you want in that situation. Okay, we'll do two more here. We've got Ethan.
Well, Dalby, feels like you're getting 5 fingers shoved in a small little donut hole, buddy.
5 fingers? What do you need 5 for? That's aggressive, man.
Oh my God. I think you're not going to a legal doctor.
Yeah, you might want to see a license.
Okay, we'll wrap up with Matt here.
Oh, that doesn't feel so great. I gotta pee. Excuse me. Where's the nearest bathroom? I gotta go. Where's the bathroom? Let's stop this exam. I gotta pee.
I have been warned. It is a extreme amount of pressure if you're not like prepared for it.
I guess you should empty your bladder before you go in.
Yeah, it's not an ultrasound. You don't need to be going in there carrying water.
All right, well, thank you to all of the folks for getting their prostates examined this morning. 762-555. Who are we thinking the winner is?
I'm still trying to figure out the peekaboo one. I feel like I'm missing something, or maybe I'm not missing something.
Sometimes, Dalby, I think there's questions you don't need an answer to. You know?
I do like the last one. I like the last one of like the sudden urge of I have to pee, because I think that is mostly, out of all the things that we had, a lot of people were stretching. God, again, phrasing.
Sure.
They were going for the joke, right? But I think that is the one that really is, how does it feel? From my understanding, that lays it into question.
All right, text line seems to agree. We're getting a lot from Matt in there. We'll give it to him.
Pee.
Ding. Round of applause. $100 in Lotto Max tickets coming your way, brother.
Hell yeah.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We spent a lot of the show talking about things that make us feel really old. We've got friend of the show, Derek, on the phone. Derek, what's something that makes you feel aggressively old?
I took 10 years off of baseball to raise my kids because they're 12. I have twins. My wife was a nurse, so they couldn't make the games. And I go back and like 5 of the guys are gone, and their sons are all playing because they got too old.
They're on the next generation.
Yeah, because they were in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, and I'm almost 50 now, and then I come back and their sons are now 25 and can play on the team.
When you used to be the young guy on the slow pitch team, and now you're the old guy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no worse outcome than becoming the grizzled veteran.
That's what it is.
It's kind of like what we were saying about like watching sports. Even like you got to think about being in the NHL when you're like a guy that's 35 and you're the veteran
you're
on the
old
team.
timer. Yeah. Even on the job site, like when you start looking around and you're like, oh, I'm the only gray around here. This isn't good.
You're not understanding the lingo or the jokes anymore.
Yeah.
We got Lucas on the line. Lucas, what's something that makes you feel old, buddy?
Oh, when you start seeing all the subdivisions, you go, man, this all used to be fields and woods.
Dude,
you go, I'm getting old. This is all new subdivisions.
I even feel that way like since we moved here when people will be like, oh, yeah, this bar used to be the spot and stuff. And I'm like, when that closed down. And I think a sign that you're getting old is when you don't realize how many years it's been. It's like I'll talk to people and they'll be like, that bar must have closed down like 10 years ago, and I'll be like, well, how old were you when you were going there? And like 19. You're like, buddy, that's like 22 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, really, you just start losing track of it at that certain point.
When you're still calling the 80s 20 years ago, not realizing it was 40 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, you just blew my mind. I don't even want to think about that.
Dude, even when we do it all the time where people reminisce about gas used to be this, or I remember when KFC used to have Toonie Tuesday, or
Used to be able to
$2.99 for $9.99.
Walk in there with one Canadian toonie and get 2 pieces of chicken and a fries. And if I had another loony, they'd give me a drink. And now, if I had all of that, they'd look at me and go, what do you want me to do for this?
We're all just old men yelling at clouds. That's all we are. All right, we'll take one more call here. We've got Jolie on the phone. Jolie, what is something that makes you feel extremely old?
Okay, so this is it. Now, you would never experience this. You know what it is when you feel like you're getting old is when you get the first ma'am. There you go, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I'm like my brother, he was raised by our parents, of course, and he's very polite.
Sure.
And I was at the movie theater the other day. There you go, ma'am. I said, you know what? I said, I know you're being polite. I said, but women over 40 do not like to be called ma'am, especially when we're over 50. He goes, well, what would you like to be called? I said, miss, lady, hey, you, whatever. Don't ma'am us.
Now, I got to ask.
It's a horrible feeling.
I got to ask, and I hope this doesn't come across as rude, but where do you fall on the whole cougar debate?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a kind term, or is
that complimentary, or is that bad too?
No, cougar. No, not at all. Who wouldn't want to be a cougar?
Okay.
My friend married a guy like 12 years younger than her.
So cougar over ma'am.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah, that's kind of like a very nice way to say, you're still pretty good that you're a cougar and you can get a hook of youngin'. Hey, why not?
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.